There have only been 2 rookies in the history of the WNBA to record 20 points, 6 assists, 0 turnovers, and less than 2 fouls in a game. The first is a name you probably know. It's Paige Bueckers. The second name you probably also know, and it is Paige Bueckers, of course. Paige is doing stuff that hasn't been done by any other player besides herself in the history of the WNBA. Over her last 4 games since the All-Star break, she is averaging 18 points on 40% from 3 and 5.8 assists to just 1 turnover. This also included wins over both the Seattle Storm and the New York Liberty. This is the worst Paige Bueckers is going to be at basketball. This is just the rookie season version of her. She is just 23 years old, and that is so scary for the rest of the league. If you are new to the channel, as I go through this deep dive on Paige, we'll bounce back and forth between both the numbers and the film to contextualize what I am talking about. What I want to start with first, as you see on the screen, is Paige's assist-to-turnover ratio, and then we'll get into the passing film and how she reads double teams and blitzes out of ball screens. So, Paige currently has the highest assist-to-turnover ratio by a rookie in league history among players with a 20% usage rate. The next best players is Mariah Jefferson, Cabby Pondexter, Odyssey Sims, etc. But Paige's assist-turnover ratio is the best by a rookie ever. So the first possession I want to talk about here is against the Las Vegas Aces. So what we see here is Haley Jones is going to receive the pass, and she's going to dribble handoff for Paige coming up. Watch this screen from Haley Jones. Ridiculous screen, knocks Jewel Lloyd to the ground. Then you have a 2-on-1 tilted defense with Nalissa Smith and help on the weak side. Paige drives middle, insane wraparound pass. Wraparound pass with her offhand to Haley Jones on the roll for a layup. I have enjoyed the Haley Jones experience off Paige Bueckers so much. One thing I should also be saying about this possession is that Paige is making this pass around 2-time Defensive Player of the Year A'ja Wilson. We'll watch it again one more time. This pass, being able to work with Haley Jones, Haley's screening, this is a legit screen. Like, show it one more time. That's a legit screen at 6'1". Dallas is using Haley in more of this forward role versus the point guard position, and she's so much better. You are able to actually leverage her best skills, which is her processing, her ball skills. As a 4 is much better than as a 1. And the finishing is also a lot better whenever she is finishing off of rolls versus finishing out of ball screens and pick and roll. On this next one against the Atlanta Dream, Pow defending Paige in a ball screen, Haley Jones coming up, empty side pick and roll, Bree Jones at the level of the screen, 2 on the ball, and what you see here on this possession is the dribble control from Paige. She is able to control the ball, doesn't get sped up at all, and gets to her spot when she wants to. So controls the ball, no shot Pow steals this, get Bree Jones clear out of the way, isolation 1-on-1 versus Pow. This is an obvious advantage for Paige. 1-on-1, drives, gets to her spot at the elbow, spins, finish, and 1. On this next one against Phoenix, if you've watched Phoenix AT at all in her career, they like to blitz ball screens and pressure you at the point of attack. In these situations, that's what they do here against Paige, and Paige does not get flustered at all. She doesn't turn over the basketball, has to fall to the ground and find to Isaiah James, Leroux cuts, and gets blocked, but regardless, to not turn over the basketball here as a rookie in this situation with Alyssa Thomas coming right at you is such fun stuff. Just speaks to how great Paige is in these situations and does not get flustered when she is seeing 2 defenders on her. We see some more of that here against Golden State. 2 on the ball, Haley Jones short rolls into open space, Temi has to come over and help. Then you see Geisa Sloter coming down from the opposite corner for an easy layup. These are the situations, and these are the type of plays that you can create easy looks off of when you are running Haley Jones, Paige Bueckers actions. Haley's patience as a passer, being able to make this pass on the roll, fakes it that way, drops it off to the cutter, then Paige being able to create the open look off of her gravity as an on-ball scorer in these situations as well. Last one here, just awesome patience, 2 on the ball, open space for Haley, nice mid-range jumper. Let's talk about the pull-up scoring now. Paige is not only an awesome cutter, an awesome off-ball shooter, and can pass out of ball screens. She is also the lead leaguer currently in points per game scored off of pull-up jumpers, both from 3 and 2. Most of her points are from 2, but she did make 3 pull-up threes in her last game, but only 10 total pull-up threes on the year. Currently, though, 6.6 points per game on pull-up jumpers in general, on 41% from the field. The deceleration into these jumpers in the mid-range is ridiculous with Paige. We see some of the creativity here on an island against Stephanie Talbot, gets in her bag, pull up 2. This next one, in semi-transition against Jonquel Jones, gets into her moves, step back, decel, then you see her plant, head fake, pull-up jumper. Again, I don't know why Marine was going this under on Paige in a ball screen. I know she doesn't take many pull-up threes, but it's still pretty ridiculous to give her this space. Steps into it. JJ late closeout. That goes in. Again, against New York. Natasha Cloud guarding her. One of the best guard defenders in the league. Tosh gets over the screen. Is trailing Paige. Look at the decel here. She has Tosh going flying the other direction. Stops. Plants her left foot. Pull up 2 in her money spot. Then we see the pull-up threes. This is what you want to see from Paige. The aggressiveness to hunt her shot on pull-up threes, because if you can't go under and you can't go over without giving up a pull-up 2 versus a pull-up 3, how do you guard her in ball screens? This is what you want to see more from her. Just confident, steps into it, it goes in. More of the same here. Good patience, strings out Brittany Griner in isolation. BG on an island, has no chance here. Deep step back 3, that's money. All you want to see from Paige is, like, how do you stop her there? If she's able to make pull-up threes, she can kill you in the mid-range, and if you double her, she's going to make easy reads to a cutter or a short roller out of double teams in ball screens. So how do you guard her? That's the scary part with her game and how good she's going to be in a couple years when she figures all of this stuff out, because it's all there. It's all on the table. Next is the cutting. So Paige is the best cutter in the league. It was a huge part of her game in college. Her off-ball ability instinctually has always been absurd. It's not even just the scheme with UConn in their offense where she's getting easy cuts drawn up for her. It's the instinctive cutting off the ball into open space. So she currently leads all guards and wings in points per game scored off cuts. If you see the list of names here behind her, Kelsey Mitchell at 1.9 points, Citron 1.8, Rakia at 1.6, and Jackie Young at 1.5. These are some of the best cutters in the league, I would say. K. Mitch is ridiculous off cuts. She's extremely quick. These are the top 3 cutters, I would say. Paige, Kelsey Mitchell, Citron, Jackie Young, Rakia also up there, but it tracks with the eye test here. But with Paige, what you notice the difference here is Paige is the only point guard, the only primary ball handler on this list. If you want to compare her to point guards, it's not even close. She's maybe the best point guard cutter we've ever seen in basketball history. Currently this year, 2.6 points per game off cuts. Second among point guards is 0.7. So Paige triple Sabrina. That's how? How is someone this good at basketball in so many different areas? Then you have Ari at 0.6, JJQ at 0.6, Tisha Hyman at 0.5, in her own world as a cutter. There's a lot of ways you can use Paige, and that versatility, the on-off ball flexibility is maybe the best of any basketball player I can think of besides Stephen Curry. It's probably just Steph, honestly, as far as on-off ball versatility from a point guard, and that's not even me being hyperbolic when I say it. We'll see some of the stuff here on tape. This is more of a schemed up cut, but an easy layup. These are some off-ball cuts where it's just instinctive, just killing Alicia Gray on this back cut into open space for a pull-up 2. Then you see her beat Letitia Meher on that back cut, gets downhill, and drives for a finish. One area I want to see Paige improve at, though, is, like you see on some of these clips, is getting downhill more at a ball screen specifically. Because she can finish out of cuts, but it's getting it downhill out of ball screens. She is looking a lot of times, though, to get into her pull-up jumper in the mid-range or catch and shoot threes off movement. But it's seeing if she can get downhill more in the half court and be aggressive getting these shots. So I went and pulled the numbers. Half court rim rate, so percent of field goal attempts in the half court at the rim. Paige is at 11.9%, Chelsea Gray is around the same mark at 11.8, Sabrina 20.5, Caitlin 21.5, and then Skylar Diggins at 24.7. Paige's free throw rates around all of them besides Skylar. 40% free throw rate for Skylar at her age is unreal. But regardless, I want to see Paige probably get up to around that 20% mark, anywhere between 15 to 20%, and you're probably like, that's a good range for her. And I expect that to come. It'll probably come in the next couple seasons whenever she gets some off-season time to work on her game. And yeah, like you see on this possession I have pulled up here, when she wants to get downhill and finish, she can do it. Drives that pow-pow and one. Lastly, with Paige's defense, she's clearly already a plus defensively, and having her size allows her to play the three defensively, and it allows you to leverage JJQ more because you have Paige as a big point guard. And off the ball is where I've loved her most. Always Paige's off-ball defense. She reads things so quickly, being able to help when she needs to help, stay home when she needs to stay home. Being able to balance those two things is really valuable for a help defender. So you see that right there in passing lanes for the steal. Again here, Phoebish into open space, bad pass from Sabrina. She's right there. Paige is right there for a steal. Then on this one against Golden State, Paige guarding Janelle Salon. So a range of defenders that she's guarding on these possessions. These are mostly like 6'4", actually. Like 6'4" Janelle, who's more strength-based. Leonie Phoebish, who's more perimeter-based, as more of a finesse player in the passing lanes for a steal. Awesome defender. Paige's defense is already high level. You see the way she can impact the game in all the categories, from the processing on offense and defense to the pull-up scoring, the scoring counters that she has. The foul drawing's been a pretty solid level this year for a rookie point guard, and she's been growing her game as a pull-up scorer from three. It's really just about, can she get her rim rate up a little bit more, and can she make pull-up threes at a consistent level? If she does both of those things, I don't even want to put it out there what I think her ceiling could be if she does both of those things. That's like the perfect player. Not even kidding. That's the perfect player. What else could you want a player to do? And it's realistic. It's not even an outlandish thing where you're saying, oh, could this 28% three-point shooter become a pull-up scorer from three? Paige has always been an elite shooter. It's more about, can she make threes off the dribble with volume, and can she get to the rim with volume and do both those things? If she does so, shoot. One of the best handful basketball players we've ever seen play this game. She also, like, one thing I want to mention with the passing, I forgot to say earlier, she is not an overly ambitious passer. Look at Caitlin, look at Chelsea Gray. What makes them so phenomenal on the ball? Even Olivia Miles. With those players, they're going to try stuff that's probably not going to work. But they're going to keep trying it because it'll work a lot of times, but it's not going to work sometimes. Well, they'll make some awesome cross-court pass, one-handed skip passes. Paige doesn't do that often. She is a more conservative passer. She's not going to throw these passes. She lets the game come to her, makes the right read every time, and it works for her. I don't really mind that. It's a different style of playmaking. It's a good balance. Like, you don't want every player to be the same kind of playmaker. So those are my thoughts on Paige's season, what I've seen so far. Huge fan of her game. Huge fan of the potential between having Haley Jones as a potential piece for the future. I did not expect Haley Jones to be this good for Dallas. I thought she could be a WNBA player. She's on a roster for Dallas after her first couple games. But now I'm like, this is maybe their second most important player long-term on this roster. That's just where I'm at currently with Haley Jones. Between the processing, the defense, just the overall finishing has improved as well from where she was in Atlanta. She's making threes as well. I don't really buy the shooting, but she made that 30-foot three again her last game against Atlanta at the end of the shot clock. If she's able to make threes and spot up, shoot, that's a starting player. That could be a high-level rotation player in the W. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below about Paige's season and her game in the future. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm, and I'll see you in the next video.